So we are welcoming to Real Talk through the True Strength Hotline, Mr. Edwin Velez. Thank you for joining us, Edwin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing well. I have a weird feedback.
I do too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, not sure, but we'll figure that out.
Okay, go on.
Um, so Edwin, thanks for coming on. I saw a little bit of your video today, and I've seen a lot of your story, and I know a lot of people have seen a lot of your story. Kind of jumping right to it, just to get it off. How much weight have you lost in your transformation, and what was
this day? Close to 160 pounds in about a year and 7 months.
Get out.
That is like the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire existence.
And so the rumor mill suggests that there were no surgeries involved. Is that right?
The only surgery I had was a skin removable. No weight loss surgery whatsoever. Pure exercise and eating healthy.
Okay, so Edwin, take us back to it for people who don't know the whole story. Let's go back. You lost, about 160, 170 overall, but there was that big weight loss in the beginning. So how much weight was it, and how long did it take you to lose it?
It was 101 pounds, and it took me 4 months, exactly 4 months to the day.
That's crazy. And I say this for so many reasons. I have people that, we see them every day at the gym all the time, or there's clients, or just people in general. Like, I can't lose weight. I just can't lose weight. It's been a year. It's been 5 years. It's been whatever. I can't lose weight. So take note. Edwin lost 101 pounds in 4 months. Now, Edwin, what was the... Oh, that's what it is. Thank you. What was the... Yeah, Jason, thanks. What was the reason behind you losing that a big amount of weight?
In November of 2011, me and some friends, actually, it's Angel D70 and Gomez D.
Oh, there it is.
We all went on a cruise to the Bahamas, and after looking at pictures on the way back, I just saw myself, and my weight had gotten out of control after college and stuff like that. So I just decided that I needed to do something about it before diabetes, high blood pressure was kicking in, and I just took it upon myself to lose weight in the 4 months that we had before our spring break trip, which was to visit my family in Puerto Rico. So I started on my own to lose the weight, and the Saturday before we left, I weighed in and had lost 101 pounds.
Kid, that's awesome. So
Edwin.
This wasn't motivated by doctor screaming at you or anything. I mean, literally, this was just pictures from the cruise.
Yeah, and that's what I tell people. The first step is realizing that you have to do it for yourself. There was many times where, like, people are like, hey, you need to lose weight, and I try to do it for somebody else, family, friends, significant other at some point. And but it's not until you realize that you have to do it for yourself and you commit yourself 120% to do it for yourself, that's when you're going to start seeing results.
Now, Edwin, it seemed to most people, 100 pounds is a pretty lofty goal. Now, when you said it, did you think, oh my God, like that's a lot. There's no way.
Yeah, and a lot of people were like, dude, that's impossible. That's the only things you see on TV and stuff like that. But, I took that as a challenge for myself, and I just busted it day in and day out. And I wanted it to prove to others that it is possible on your own. And so I wanted to be that example to other people, and I did it.
See, awesome. Okay, so... I'm just going to hit a couple of the questions that the general public are going to ask when they see this, because that's just one, it's amazing. Two, the fact that it was done without a scare of any kind or some, life changing or life threatening event. What did you have any special diets? Did you have any special thermogenics or supplements or the drugs or was there anything like that you used in helping you with that first 100 pounds?
I just changed my diet. I was one of those college kids that didn't have time, so it was McDonald's, Burger King, like just fast foods all the time, and just cutting that back and kind of like just reading and educating myself on what to eat and proportion sizes and cutting back and drinking more water. And then I incorporated tons of cardio, which I believe really did just lean that fat out. I started doing 2 days. I woke up in the morning before work, started running, and then in the afternoons I would walk the track again. So just completely changing what I ate. I cut out, did high protein, low moderate carbs, and and just started from there.
Okay, so a lot of people coming down, obviously that are obese now and that are going to be watching this, looking for motivation. When kind of walk us through when you started that cardio. When you're like, you went out and you did 2 days of running, or was it run for 100 yards and you walk the rest, or what was how did you handle that?
I started just walking 45 minutes, kind of, not breeze past. I just picked up the pace for 45 minutes nonstop, and then about a week later, we have lights at our track, just like for nighttime, and so I would jog to a light, walk a light, jog a light, and then the next day I would try to do 2, and then walk 1, do 2, until I just started lapping it without stopping a mile at a time, and then just increase from there. Just make sure I did that 45 minutes in the morning and that 45 minutes in the afternoon. Until now, I just run like crazy. So,
Man, running, we are not friends.
Running, Edwin. I don't know. We might have to end this call real quick. All this
I
running
know.
talk.
They call me. Cardio is my thing, and all I guess started because of the weight loss at the beginning. But I'm a cardio freak.
Now, was there ever a time during this whole process that you felt that there were days that you just couldn't do it?
Absolutely. And there was times where like I weighed in and like nothing changed, and I just had to tell myself, it's your body's adjusting. It has to rearrange things. Just give it time, and don't stop. Just kept a positive mindset. And my friends, I spoke with them I didn't tell them at the first what I was doing, but then they started seeing the weight come off, and they started asking, "Hey, you're trying to lose weight?" So I really just sat down with them and just told them, just to be my support. Like when we go out and eat, just not so much like pick fun of me for ordering something healthy off the menu, but just be more of a support. And they just, when I would get down, they would just be there to pick me up and just say, "Keep doing it, you're doing good." And so you got to surround yourself with positive people to keep you encouraged, because there are times where it's more of a mental challenge than a physical challenge. You just got to keep yourself positive.
Okay, so speaking of supportive people and your network, what's this about a purple onion?
Purple onion?
Oh my gosh.
Somebody in the chat
it's, a
room
rest-
said that.
it's a restaurant, and it's like my biggest weakness. It was I did allow myself a cheat meal, and it was purple onion. once a week, Friday nights, go out with friends. I would have my cheat meal and just order whatever I wanted off the menu.
Okay, so once a week you did. It wasn't like just once in the whole time. Once a week you would have a cheat
Once
meal.
a week.
Okay.
Usually Friday nights, I just would go out to different restaurants, either dinner and a movie with friends and stuff, and I would just eat what I wanted to eat then.
But it wasn't a cheat day. You weren't just
No.
eating like a cow all day.
It was
a cheat
meal. It was probably like an appetizer, main entree, and just a little dessert. I mean, we would probably just order dessert and we would all split it, but
Yeah.
And did you find that was important in the sense that, a lot of people feel that when they're trying to lose weight that they're sacrificing and they're giving up a lot of things. And so psychologically, that's a big deal for people. So knowing that once a week you'd be getting a cheat meal, did that help you kind of get through the week?
yeah, absolutely. When you try to just quit cold turkey and just completely do without a cheat meal, and then you do accidentally cheat, your body you don't know how to stop. So like giving yourself that cheat meal, that cheat meal's coming. You can work hard to that cheat meal, but that next day you're right back on track, eating healthy, and just looking forward to that next cheat meal that following week.
Friday night at midnight, purple onion.
Friday night at midnight,
Purple
yeah.
onion. As he's jogging on the track, purple onion.
It's Saturday somewhere, dang it.
So
We're gonna-
how much then did you from before you started to after? Did you do any meal prep before at all? Like, did you cook at home, or did suddenly once you decided to make this change that you just started prepping food at home?
I've always kind of liked to cook. I'm Puerto Rican. I mean, my parents cook all the time, so it's like rice and beans and all this good stuff. So I've always liked to cook, but when I knew I had to do something healthy, I just started prepping and just using my kitchen skills to prep my meals.
Okay, so what did you take anything from your growing up, any of the meals growing up that you kind of crossed over or modified somehow into your daily diet?
I grew up on the coast, so we ate a lot of fish.
Okay.
So switching over to eating a lot of tilapia and stuff like that really wasn't too hard for me. But it was the hardest part was cutting out the rice, cutting out the fried foods, because I grew up eating all that. We have rice basically every day
Right.
with lunch and dinner, so cutting that out and replacing it with something healthy was tough, but I was determined to get healthy, and I had to just cut all that stuff out.
Man. Okay.
Get out. So no easy cheese in the diet, huh?
No easy cheese, no easy mac.
We talk so much, Edwin, and as we can see from the chat room, you've got a great support system. We talk all the time in terms of anyone trying to lose weight or reach a goal, how important that support system is, and if there's anybody that's toxic or trying to bring you down and enablers, you gotta let them go. So, were there any people in your network that you felt like, you know what, you're not going to help me reach my goal, I'm going to have to cut myself off, or did you find other people and just pull them in towards you for the opposite effect?
Not so much like local people, because like my family was on board, my friends were on board. But a lot of people like via social networks and stuff. There's a lot of negative people out there that all they do is want to pull you down, and
Right.
they would be, that's impossible. I don't know why you're trying to do that. Your body will never change like that. And I mean, to me, I just fed off that stuff, and I just wanted to be like, watch. And I was competitive. I did grow up playing sports, but I was always the bigger guy in sports.
Mm-hmm.
So that competitive kicked in, and it's not so much to prove them wrong, but to prove to the people who doubt themselves that they can also do it themselves.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just curious. Is what was sort of the main theme of people attacking you on social media or trying to bring you down?
It's funny because like when I was on Good Morning America, like I had lost the weight, and I didn't want to just stop there. Like, okay, I lost the weight. I just set another goal, and my goal is to compete in men's physique, and I'm competing in my first competition in October. And they were all like, your body will never be like those guys on stage and stuff like that. And I was like,
Watch
yeah,
it.
I mean, your genetics aren't meant for you to have that type of body type. And I just really didn't believe that, and that's my goal. I mean, I want to compete. I might not win. I'm not, but it's more of a personal challenge to me just to get up on stage shirtless, which is a big deal for me because I was always self-conscious about my body. So yeah, that's my goal.
Yeah, so, I mean, you'll definitely deserve to be up there. I mean, win or
Right.
not, I mean, there's so many other things that go into winning other than just what you look like. So,
Right.
that's all. That's a cool deal, though. I
So
like that.
we talk about getting up on stage, and it's difficult for a lot of people, whether they're in shape, have always been in shape, have never been in shape, whatever. And we've been showing some of your before and after pictures, Edwin. Tell us, we know what you look like now. Was there a lot of loose skin, and what did you do to get rid of it?
There was when you lose anywhere over 100 pounds, you do have that loose skin, and a lot of people too. Like when I started, I wanted to get the surgery. Like that was a reward for myself because I would feel the results, but I couldn't see them because the skin was in the way. They're like, "I'll give it time. The skin's gonna go back." But when you lose 160 pounds, your skin's not ever gonna go back to how it was. So I did have a lot of loose skin all the way around. So I had my skin removed February 7th, 2013. And to me, I mean, I would do it again. I had a complete tummy tuck and a lower body lift. So I'm cut all the way around, as I say, from crack to crack. So, yeah, and I'm still a little swollen, but hey.
That was
it's-
February. Okay.
Yeah, but that'll adjust. That just
Yeah, yeah.
that takes time. How long? Let me do this because I'm not going to say his name, but we have one of our viewers that's on a lot that is dealing with some loose skin issues, and I'll say I've helped him a lot in trying to just like put off the surgery as long as possible, and I'm going to speak for him, and I think he's approaching that point to where he's considering a tummy tuck, and he had a considerable weight loss as you did, Edwin. But what are there any kind of cautionary words you'd have for somebody going into it? Any words of motivation for people going into it? Kind of what was your experience with that?
Max, do your research on who you're going to use first. There's a lot of people out there that perform these procedures that aren't, I would say, 100% qualified to perform these procedures. Just make sure you do your research, and I would say if it's something you want to do, go for it. I would do it again. Pain, it's not too bad. More uncomfortable than pain, but a month later, you're going to see the results, and you're going to be stoked about how you look. And you've worked so hard to get the weight off. Reward yourself, and so you can feel a bit more confident about yourself and stuff like that. That's what I did. it was my reward to myself because I worked hard to get the weight off, and I just felt that the skin was in the way, and I wasn't completely satisfied with how I looked, so I got the skin removed.
Yeah, which and I always say that is that to me, as I always teach people, is like, hey, wait, as long as you can, do everything you can first, and then if it needs to get done, do it. Don't even hesitate.
Right.
But
I would say lose the weight you want to lose before you get it done. Don't have it done halfway, because then you lose more weight, then you're gonna have issues with that. But just worry about losing the weight first, and then once you're done with the weight, then consider the surgery.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks.
So, Edwin, you're stepping on stage October 5th in Nashville at the Music City Muscle Competition.
Right.
I kind of want to get into your head a little bit and ask psychologically, because I know how it feels to get on stage, and I come from the opposite side of it. I was always real skinny, and I was picked on for being skinny. So, I'm coming from a different place, but, kind of the same feeling. How is it for you knowing that you're going to be up on stage being judged for your body, for the work that you've done, going from where you started?
It's nerve-wracking. It's it's something I think about daily, like now, because, like I said, I was so self-conscious. Like, would go to the beach and never take my shirt off, would go to the pool with friends, never take my shirt off. So to me, I tell myself getting on stage without my shirt and having them judge me is like breaking that barrier psychologically to actually like be able, this past weekend I went to the beach, and it was my first time in the whole year and a half that I actually took my shirt off and went out on the beach. And it was tough. Psychologically, everybody's like, oh, you look fine, you look great. But it's that mental aspect, and that's what Music City Muscle is going to be for me. It's just to break that barrier and feel confident in my body.
Awesome. How is we know what it takes to do food prep and to make sure that all your meals get in and all that fun stuff, and it's tedious at times. I mean, you have to take basically one day and just cook and pack everything. How, coming from where you're coming from and what you've achieved, how important is food prep in what you did?
Food prep is, to me, it's one of probably the most important things. Kind of like Chris and Cody, Flex Your Famous, it starts in the kitchen. It really does start in the kitchen. It's, to me, when it's time to eat, I always have something healthy at hand. And that eliminated the fast food for me. When I knew I was hungry, I can go into the refrigerator and grab something that's already cooked, just heat it up and eat it, rather than swinging by McDonald's and grabbing something that I thought was healthy when in reality it wasn't. So you always have something healthy on hand when you're hungry, whether it's a snack, one of your main meals, and that's going to help with making those choices that a lot of people get confused about, like the egg whites earlier. A lot of people think it's healthy and it's something they should go get at McDonald's, where there's the egg white or the oatmeal, but in reality we know that it's not that healthy.
As we know now.
Right, as we know now, right.
Edwin, tell us about your 4 Ds.
My Ds. I told that everybody that you can make your impossible possible with some drive, dedication, determination, but a lot of discipline. It's not easy, but it can be done.
I mean, 100 pounds in 4 months, that's insane. So what I want to know then, because there's a lot of people that I'm going to tell this story to, obviously. So for all the people that say, I can't do it, I don't know if I can, it's just too difficult, there's no way, what would you say to them if they were sitting in front of you?
Just to dig inside themselves and find that drive, because it's tough. You have to mentally prepare yourself for that. Be positive. Find me on Facebook. Shoot me a message. If you need somebody for support, I'm always there. I know what it takes mentally, and it's the hardest part to get through. Those first 2 weeks is more of a mental challenge, but it can be done. You're never too old to get healthy. You're never too young to get healthy. It's just the right time when you're ready to do it, not when somebody else is ready, when you're ready to do it.
And I think that's the most important thing, and you've said that I think probably 3, maybe 4 times during this interview, is that you have to be ready. You can't, someone else can't be your motivation. Someone else can't be everything that you need them to be. You have to be there. And that's where his 4Ds come in. Edwin,
right.
Your 4Ds is that's it. You got to be ready. And once you're ready, there's people like us, there's people like Edwin, there's
right.
so many of the guests that we've had on. There's 2 years worth of guests, that there's your support network.
And that's one thing I did struggle. Like I struggled with going to the gym. I felt like when I went to the gym, it was like everybody's looking at me. Oh, he needs to be at the gym because he's overweight. And so, to me, at first, it was more like a social go to the gym and talk rather than work out. Because I thought everybody there was staring at me. But when in reality, now I know that like there's people at the gym to help you. Whether it's the trainers, the staff, even other people who work out. Ask them a question, and they're going to be more willing to help you out. And same thing as like social networks. There's like you guys and a lot of other fitness people on here that have reached out just if I have any questions just to ask them. And there's a lot of people, and I'm very grateful for that because I have asked them a lot of questions because I'm not a fitness expert. I just woke up one morning and said I need to get my life back together, get it under control, and started from there.
Well, that's a couple of the things that I liked about what I've heard from you, Edwin, is that, the information is out there. And just because you're not a fitness expert, I mean, we are in this age of Google and social networking, and the answers are out there. And what I liked about what you said, and I think it was on Good Morning America, was that it wasn't big changes. You just made simple changes in your life and stuck to them.
Right. And it's not, I wouldn't say I got on a diet. It is a lifestyle change. You have to be willing to compromise and discipline yourself because it is a lifestyle change. Diets last 2-3 weeks. A lifestyle change is for life.
So I would imagine, Edwin, if I asked you, you're happy with what you've done?
120%, yes.
120%. And so you lost 101 pounds in 4 months. You've lost about 60 overall?
Yeah.
160 overall. You're about to step on stage. What is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal, growing up, it's funny, but a lot of people laugh at my goals, but it's whatever. I would go to the magazine aisles and I would pick up, fitness magazine and see those guys on the cover, and I'd be like, I'll never look like that. So my goal one day, I would love to be on the cover of fitness magazine, and yeah, that's my goal.
Awesome.
So we'll see.
I don't think that's so far off. Seeing what's going on, I don't think that's very far away. And I think that is a very realistic. It's not funny. That's a good goal. I like it.
And maybe one day, maybe be one of you guys' teammates.
Yeah. There you go. Those are some good goals.
I got you, Edwin. I know exactly what you're saying. And
that's probably way up there with the first one. But,
and those people watch, so
yeah.
There you go.
Because if they don't, I'm squeeze some esophagus.
And I will be at Olympia. So.
Oh, you'll be out there.
Yeah, I'm going out. Actually, me and some buddies, actually Angel D and Gomez on there, were going out there to.
Okay, so I'll say this here since you're here, because communication outside of this sometimes gets difficult for everybody. When you're there, come grab me. Just come to the booth, come grab me, and I'm going to introduce you to some people, and what happens is what happens.
Sounds good.
That'd be awesome.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so, Edwin, we do have to close, but before we do, I just, if possible, because I know we've said so much in this interview and covered so many topics, if there's just... Speak to somebody who's where you were about a year ago, and a year and a half ago, and what can you tell that person that just looked at some photos, just got a doctor's report, and just realized, holy crap, I got to change something. What can you tell that person?
That they honestly, without a doubt, in my mind, have the ability inside to accomplish anything they set their mind on. They have to give their 120%. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, whether it's work, school, but that it can be done. Do it for you. Don't worry about what other people think. And next thing you know, the way it's going to be coming off, you're going to be feeling better about yourself. Be positive. Be positive. There's a lot of negative people out there that want to bring you down. But surround yourself with those positive people and just bust it. As I say, just bust it.
Just bust it. I like that.
We could have said bust a move. We could have just gone right into it. That would have been. Something tells me Edwin can dance. I don't know what it is.
Because he's Puerto Rican.
Probably, yeah. It could be because he's Puerto Rican. But either way, there's some dance in there somewhere.
All right. So we want to thank you, Edwin. And last but not least, you've got an amazing support system in here. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Just there's no words for my gratitude towards them.
See, look, you're going to choke everybody up.
Don't make me cry. I don't like to cry at the end of the show. And, well, I can do it at the
He
end.
said, bring some extra tissue to the Purple Onion this weekend, okay?
Stop
Just
it.
that's
No,
that's
we
what he said.
we want to
No,
take this moment because you guys, you have to understand this kind of shows it when somebody goes through an important life, just a life altering thing. So their support system is so huge, and the ones who are there at the end of the day, it's usually those are the ones who genuinely feel like, oh, it was nothing. I just did what I would have done because I love you. When other people are like, no, I can't do that. Why don't you come eat a burger with me? And you can't do it. And so the support system, you guys out in the chat room and anyone else in his support system that's not watching have to know just how important you are to this whole process. And how much you're appreciated and how much you can see on his face that he loves and appreciates you.
And also this, I gotta plug this in there, is that this is the deal. You know, family's important, but the few people that are in Edwin's inner circle that are the closest to him, his support network, that's the family he chose. You know, and in our support system, those are the most important people in our life. And I know family is blood, and I get that. But the family you choose just is exactly what we're seeing with Edwin. So thanks for sharing that, Edwin. Thank you.
Someone in the chat room said they were going to go over to your house and give you a hug. Can you guys take like a post-show picture and like and send? I want to feel the love. I want to feel like I was part of it. Like Manti Te'o me. Like put me in there.
Oh, no.
Put your arm around and be like, "That's Kai." Yeah. See, I'll feel it.
Sounds good.
I'll feel
We'll do.
All right, guys. Thank you so much to Edwin. This is Edwin Velez. Please, you guys, I've been showing his links this whole entire interview. Please check him out on Facebook. We've got him on Facebook.com, Edwin Velez Success. On Twitter, Edwin V Success. Also, he's got his YouTube, which is at Edwin Velez Success. I like that. Put the success right in it. And
right.
then Instagram, Edwin Velez Success.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Edwin, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. And I will look for you, Olympia.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's a guarantee.
Have a good night.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right. Oh, I love those stories.
See, that's awesome.
I was so excited to have him on, and I know we got to close, but it was a huge transformation in
Yeah.
such a short time. And what I love about it is that I made the decision, and I did it with simple changes.
Simple changes. And now, I mean, he had a lot to lose, so people who have a smaller amount to lose, it's a different story. But
Yeah.
he had weight to lose. He did it. It was small changes, massive results, and they're permanent results, as you can see.
He feels better. He looks better. I mean,
No drugs, no surgeries. I mean, it's skin tuck, but no
Just skin.
surgeries to lose the fat. No, lipobands. None of the things that we see that are so common.
Yeah.
No crazy fad diets. I mean, a little self-education. His 4Ds. And slammed it. He took it home.
Love
And
it.
He's going to be on stage in a couple months.
I love it. I wish I could be there.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, ooh.
Well, to all of his friends in the chat room, please take that picture and Photoshop me in.
Photoshop you in.
So once again, guys, this is Real Talk with Jason Powell and Kai. Thank you for spending your hour with us. I mean, somebody needs to buy me that fat machine.
We're going to, at $16, we're going to swing that somehow. But seriously, guys, thank you guys for joining us. We're here every Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. Central. Hopefully very soon we could be expanding the show.
Yes.
I would love it because then we can get more quality information out to you guys and not just be cuckoos for
We're
an
not
hour.
cuckoo all the time. My God.
But we appreciate it. We know there's a lot of things you guys will be doing, and all of our lives are busy. So thanks for spending your time with us. And we'll see you next week. And as always, keep it real.
Oh, and please go to our Facebook fan page. Thanks.